Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 10 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now, Governor Josh Stein is going to be touring portions of central North Carolina today as again he surveys the damage from Tropical Storm Chantal. He'll be in Alamance County this morning at Lake Michael Park, which was ravaged by the floodwaters caused by Chantal. Now, Chantal was downgraded to a depression Sunday evening after making landfall near Litchfield Beach, South Carolina, early Sunday. That's according to the National Hurricane Center in Miami. Now, several central North Carolina communities are left recovering after record river levels swept through neighborhoods, homes, and businesses. One woman was killed, and dozens were forced to evacuate their homes in areas like Chatham, Durham, Alamance, and Orange counties because of the floodwaters. Dozens of roads across the state remain closed due to the flooding, according to the NCDOT. And now we want to turn our attention to the ongoing trade war between the Trump administration and our traditional trading partners. NBC's Garrett Haake has more on the increases to global tariffs.
Overnight, President Trump declaring that the window for countries to negotiate new trade deals with the U.S. to avoid an economy-rattling spike in tariffs is all but closed.
If you want to play ball, you have to. This is what you have to pay. So, as far as I'm concerned, we're done.
With 1 day remaining before the 90-day deadline the president set for countries to strike trade deals or face a return to higher so-called reciprocal tariffs, the president now opting to set some new rates with the stroke of his pen.
We'll make some deals, but for the most part, we're going to send a letter.
Trump posting some letters online Monday, unilaterally raising import tax rates on goods from 14 countries, using a legal authority currently facing court challenges. 40% on Laos, 30% on South Africa, as well as a 25% tariff on major exporters, South Korea and Japan. But will these rates be final?
I would say final, but if they call with a different offer and if I like it, we'll do it.
The new rates are set to take effect August 1st, a deadline the president conceded isn't set in stone.
I would say firm, but not 100% firm.
Trump also speaking to reporters Monday night alongside Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The leaders' first meeting since the U.S. joined Israel's war against Iran, bombing 3 Iranian nuclear sites, then helping to forge a ceasefire. The president asked if he believes the war is truly over.
I hope it's over. Yeah, I think Iran wants to meet. I think they want to make peace, and I'm all for it. Now, if that's not the case, we are ready, willing, and able, but I don't think we're going to have to be.
And again, that was Garrett Haake reporting. We now want to turn our attention to your weather forecast. Today is yet again another First Alert weather day because of the heat present in eastern North Carolina. We're likely to see air temperatures reach into the mid-90s coming up this afternoon, and with already high humidity, it's going to be feeling like we are well into the triple digits across just about all inland areas in the east for today. Let's take a look at what we've got outside as far as cloud cover goes. Nice and sunny skies are only going to enhance that heat as we head into the afternoon. And clearly you can see that we are very clear in terms of your skies. Not really a whole lot of cloud cover over eastern North Carolina skies right now. Here's a look at what we're seeing in New Bern along the Neuse River. 86 degrees, south-southwesterly winds at 8 miles an hour. It feels like 96 already due to a 76-degree dew point. High humidity, again, is a big reason why we're seeing that heat advisory, but it's that combo of heat and humidity that, again, will lead to that very high feels like temperature or your higher heat index. Current air temperatures right now generally in the mid 80s. We've seen rise by about 3-4 degrees over the past hour, but more areas are starting to break into the mid 90s as far as your heat index goes, and some already in the upper 90s, a few in the triple digits. Right now, Edenton and Greenville reporting a heat index above 100 degrees. Now, over the past 24 hours, just about all areas, almost all areas, have either seen an increase in their air temperatures or have held steady. The only spot that is actually cooler over the past 24 hours is Kenansville. Right now, 2 degrees cooler, but you probably aren't noticing it. Right now, winds are helping boost that heat and bringing in additional humidity, and we can see that checking on your 24-hour humidity change. It hasn't been a big change, but this is the wrong direction. We do not need more humidity in eastern North Carolina, and that's exactly what we got over the past 24 hours. Billy George, Emerald Isle is clearly clear as well. Come on over, the water's fine. Absolutely. Billy, sounds like quite the offer. Dew points, though, across eastern North Carolina, high. The lowest dew point I can find right now, 74 degrees in Manteo. Even that is certainly elevated for the northern Outer Banks. We're seeing some areas with dew points in the 80s. That is oppressive humidity. Normally we kind of quantify the dew points in the upper 70s as tropical. So getting a dew point in the 80s is even beyond that. It is, again, well, you're feeling it outside. It is a very humid and hot day, which again is why we have a first alert weather day in effect for today. We've got afternoon showers and thunderstorms. I think we're going to see a little bit more activity today in terms of the thunderstorm chances. I give it around 30-40% chance for today. Yesterday it was more of a 20 to 30% chance, but we'll see even more rain as we head through the tail end of the week, which will help us out. I know you're probably thinking, all right, it's hot, it's humid, and now we're going to just add more moisture to the atmosphere. Charlie, how does this help us? Well, the cold front that's going to be bringing in a lot of that rain potential, particularly Thursday and Friday, will also bring cloud cover and cool air, or at least cooler air, behind that frontal boundary. So once it moves through, those rain showers will help cool us down, the cloud cover will help cool us down, and the air behind that front will knock air temperatures down. So the mid-90s today will drop to the low 90s by tomorrow. I know, not a huge deal there, and trying to break ground that, hey, well, guess what? It's low 90s tomorrow, so be thankful. No, look at the upper 80s for Thursday and Friday. That is what we are shooting for. That is what, again, will make it feel more comfortable outside. That and the drop in your overnight lows. For tonight, overnight lows 77 degrees. That is high. That's only going to help maintain that humidity throughout the region. But once we get to your really Thursday night, more so Friday night and Saturday night, seeing those low 70s, that is encouraging. That is a sign that humidity will be dropping as we approach the upcoming weekend. Certainly something I know that I'm going to be excited about. My kids are most likely going to be excited about. And if your kids are happy, your wife is happy, you're probably doing something right. Well, that's all we have time for today's 10 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful Tuesday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.